Pozdravljeni. Malo še zbiramo, mogoče še kako minutko počakamo, da se vsi udeleženci zberejo. Vidim, da še kar pridno vstopajo v naš prostor. Da, dajmo še mogoče kako minutko, da nismo v kakšni preveliki zamudi. Tako, mislim, da smo dali dovolj časa, nam je ura tu odbila, čujem, tako da lahko začnemo. Pozdravljeni na naši že 10. finančni kliniki v okviru DIGI-SI konzorcija s poudarkom na agroživilskem sektorju. Moje ime, kot že nekateri dobro veste, je Darja Kukovič in prihajam iz inovacijsko-tehnološkega grozda Murska Sobota, kjer pač tudi zelo dobro upravljamo digitalno inovacijsko stičišče AGRIFOOD, ki je namenjeno predvsem kot neka stična točka za ta sektor. Preden začnemo, čisto zares, bi bila zelo vesela, če imate kamere odprte oziroma vklopljene, zato ker si pač ponavadi želimo tudi kakšne interaktivnosti. Če pa je to res problem, pa pač ne, no, ampak ja, vas spodbudim k temu. Če imate kakšna konkretna vprašanja, mogoče dvignete roko, lahko uporabite tudi chat, še najbolje pa je, če jih naslovite tako, kot vas bo vsak današnji speaker, gost, mogoče spodbudil. Vsak ima nek svoj način, pa mogoče temu tudi sledite. Zdaj, za neke interne namene se delavnica snema, tako da upam, da vas to ne moti, do zdaj vas ni. Prezentacijo lahko po delavnici tudi prejmete, še mogoče kakšne druge materiale, ker obstajajo, no, tako da to pač posebej naročite po mailu, bi vas prosila. No, vam pa želim seveda, da uživate in da si čim več zapomnite, čim več absorbirate in da bo pa čim bolj učinkovito. Na kratko naj predstavim današnji program. Kot veste, vam vedno na začetku predstavim en tak okvir DIGI-SI konzorcija oziroma tega Evropskega digitalnega stičišča, pa naš delež znotraj tega konzorcija. Danes vam bom na kratko predstavila tudi program Digitalna Evropa, čeprav ni mogoče nujno tej strukturi udeležencev današnjih namenjen, je pa pomembno, zato da malo veste, kam to zdaj se uvršča. Pa v resnici je dosti takih splošnih generalnih informacij, ki so pomembne tudi nasploh za cel ekosistem. Bomo pa seveda kot vedno še večjo pozornost namenili kaskadnim razpisov. Najprej bom naredila en tak čist splošen uvod, kaj to sploh je, ker to že marsikdo od vas ve. Ker pa vedno pravimo, da poznamo in imamo super partnerje tudi iz drugih projektov, na katerih sodelujemo, pa z drugih dežel. Imamo pa danes še potem dva gosta, ki bosta pa dva kaskadna razpisa predstavila prav iz prve roke. Tako da z nami bosta danes gospa Maja Radišič in pa gospod Dušan Pevac iz FoodScaleHuba in bosta predstavila Open Agri, ki sem ga že sicer malo najavila, ampak danes boste mogoče malo več informacij izvedeli. Pa potem še Farmtopija. Tole imam pa eno črko narobe. No, čisto na koncu vam pa še potem ostale priložnosti razložim, mogoče še kakšna interaktivna beseda, dve, in potem zaključimo. Kot sem omenila, vam moram predstaviti, kako si mi znotraj tega konzorcija DIGI-SI zamišljamo neko digitalno preobrazbo naše družbe. Naša družba v tem kontekstu pomeni podjetja, gospodarstvo, torej pa tudi javna uprava, ki potem posredno omogočajo neke boljše pogoje tudi za celotno družbo, ne. No, znotraj tega konzorcija vam mi nudimo dostop do več kot 300 najboljših slovenskih raziskovalcev, potem tudi 30 strokovnjakov in več za digitalno preobrazbo. Mi jih imenujemo, oziroma se imenujemo, tako imenovani smo digitalni agenti. V sklopu teh storitev, ki jih kot ta konzorcij ponujamo, nudimo več kot 70 storitev, ki bi vam na kakršenkoli način lahko pomagale na tej digitalni poti. Kot že omenjeno, nudimo storitve za javne organizacije, podjetja, javne ustanove, torej javno upravo, tudi širše. Ključna področja, ki jih tu nekako probamo obogatiti s temi novimi tehnologijami oziroma spodbujamo njihov razvoj, so proizvodnja oziroma smart manufacturing, ne. Potem je tu kmetijstvo oziroma agroživilstvo malo širše, če tako rečem, zdravstvo in pa turizem, ne, ki mi se ga nekako dotikamo. Tehnologije, ki pa jih spodbujamo, ne, za ta razvoj, so pa, kot že večkrat verjetno slišano, umetna inteligenca, visoko zmogljivo računalništvo, kibernetska varnost, internet stvari, obogatena oziroma virtualna resničnost, robotika, tehnologije veriženja blokov oziroma blockchain in pa big data. Naš cilj pa je v 2-3 letih povečati neko digitalno zrelost celotnega tega ekosistema oziroma naših uporabnikov za med 10 pa do 20%. Zdaj, kako to mi merimo, mogoče nekateri že veste, delamo pač tudi te osnovne ocene digitalne zrelosti in podobno, in pol vas peljemo čez nek client journey in potem mi pol to kot neke KPI-je beležimo pridno, ne. No, partnerji tega konzorcija smo z Univerzo v Mariboru, na čelu potem še Digitalno inovacijsko stičišče Slovenije, potem Inštitut Jožef Štefan s svojim kompetenčnim centrom za prenos tehnologij in inovacij, potem je tu Tehnološki park Ljubljana, mi kot ITC klaster z AGRIFOODom, Orodjarski grozd iz Celja, TCS in pa Arctur, ki ima svoj kompetenčni center za visoko zmogljivo računalništvo. Tako da smo razpršeni kar tako po celi Sloveniji in nekako zastopamo obe regiji, tako vzhodno kot zahodno, ne, ko govorimo o koheziji. Kdo pa smo mi, če še mogoče kdo ne ve, mi smo ITC klaster, kjer se pač trudimo, da nekako spodbujamo te neke medsektorske inovacije z uvajanjem novih tehnologij, predvsem s področja IKT, seveda so pa tudi še druge tehnologije. No, združujemo pa potem tu mala in srednja velika podjetja oziroma tako imenovane SME-je, pa seveda tudi inštitucije znanja in pa druge inštitucije, ter jih nekako skupaj v tem ekosistemu poskušamo spreminjati v pametne. Pač naš cilj je, da v tej regiji, ne, zdaj ta ožji pomen te regije je čisto relativno, ampak v tej regiji si želimo postati ena najnaprednejših ruralnih regij, ne, za proizvodnjo, dobavo hrane in pač seveda, ki temelji na nekem ključnem povezovanju vseh akterjev. Zakaj si mi to sploh trudimo, zakaj to delamo? Zato, ker vemo, da je treba kmete in predelovalce hrane nekako drugače suportirati in podpirati. Zakaj? Zato, ker potrebujemo več hrane z manj viri, zato, ker imamo posebno strukturo kmetij in so to male kmetije, predvsem pri nas, ne, z malo hektarji in podobno, in rabijo čisto nek drug poslovni model, da mi to lahko sploh obogatimo. Zakaj? Zato, ker si pač želimo jesti zdravo lokalno hrano in podobno. Seveda za te namene vedno pač nekako v obzir vzamemo vse trende in politike, ki jih EU narekuje, pa potem v sklopu tehnologij, ki se nastajajo, razvijajo, seveda to pol nekako z interdisciplinarnimi principi uvajamo v okolje, nekimi pilotnimi in podobnimi, ne, in seveda vedno upoštevamo še te okoljske, gospodarske pa družbene momente. Zdaj, DIGI-AGRIFOOD, da na hitro povem, je ena skupnost zelo različnih tudi strokovnjakov, ekspertov, ki vam lahko pač na tej poti pomagajo, sem jih že prej nekaj omenila, ne, ponujamo v sklopu DIGI-SI-ja celo 300, ta je pa mogoče malo ožji sektor in združuje pač tu neka znanja pa izkušnje naših najožjih kolegov, tu govorim o naši ožji regiji, ne. Zdaj, mi se dotikamo nekako 3 stebrov, eno je primarna pridelava, primarno kmetijstvo oziroma primarna predelava hrane, so tu preskrbovalne verige, prehranske in pa potem nekaj manjši delež tudi se dotikamo gastronomije. Mi imamo te storitve, ki jih ponujamo, nekako recimo skoncentrirane v 4 stebre oziroma 4 področja. Eno so taka čisto splošna identifikacija in mreženje, kjer pač kot neko skavtanje zaznamo neke primere dobre prakse ali pa primere interesa, ne. Ponujamo tudi neko tako platformo sodelovanja, ki je tudi digitalna, ampak je to tudi taka nedigitalna, torej zelo veliko dela za tem stoji, ne. Mi delamo na nekem facilitatorskem principu, kjer mi kot facilitatorji v resnici drivamo ves ta sistem, ne. Imamo pa potem seveda tudi za to, da te storitve, ki obstajajo znotraj DIGI-SI-ja, lahko naročite, mora tudi ena takšna platforma obstajati, ne. Potem vam pa, kot že rečeno, ocenjujemo neko digitalno zrelost, počnemo neke digitalne načrte, spremljamo vaš razvoj, vas povezujemo z drugimi deležniki in podobno. Potem organiziramo razna izobraževanja, dogodke, čisto tako različno, od nekega individualnega pa do potem nekih večjih dogodkov v smislu konferenc, demo dnevov, hackathonov in podobno. Zelo pomemben ta je steber to razvojno demo okolje, kjer pač ocenjujemo neke inovacije in pa rešitve oziroma njihov potencial. Možnost ponujamo tudi testiranja v živem laboratoriju, razvijamo zelo močno, smo začeli zdaj s konceptom demo kmetij, to bom malo kasneje razložila. Potem sami razvijamo tudi neke AGRIFOOD aplikacije, ki jih lahko uporabljate in so v resnici pač na voljo vsem uporabnikom brezplačno. In vas potem želimo vključevati tudi v nek podatkovni prostor, ki vam ga bom tudi majčkeno kasneje razložila. No, zato, da pa vse to nekako uresničujemo, pa seveda potrebujemo tudi nekaj znanja o tem, kako priti do nekih finančnih spodbud, naložb in podobno, tako da se ukvarjamo tudi s tem in potem svetom. No, omenila sem demo kmetije. To je en tak nov koncept, tudi na področju Evropske unije, eni jih imenujejo demo farms, eni jih zapakirajo v obliko living labov, z multi-actor approachom, drugi jih zapakirajo v test farms in podobno. No, mi smo se pač odločili, da nekako oblikujemo en svojstven sistem, ki bo nekako vse to zaobjemal in ga seveda še razvijamo, skupaj z vami, da ne bo pomote. Gre pač na en tak, na uporabnika osredotočen sistem, ki je tudi čisto lokalno zasnovan, mi smo pač seveda malo posebni in je treba tej posebnostim tudi slediti, ne. In ta sistem vključuje seveda tako kmete, kot tudi kmetijske svetovalce, ponudnike rešitev, potem tudi znanstvenike, ne. Pri vsem tem, to je ta multi-actor approach, ne, pri vsem tem sooblikovanju, pa tudi testiranju, pa predstavitvi vseh teh rešitev na naših kmetijah, ne. Demo kmetije pa obsegajo recimo, vsaj v našem kontekstu za zdaj, ne, koliko smo si zamislili, 5 takih večjih skupin dejavnosti. Eno so torej implementacija teh novih tehnologij pa storitev in opreme, potem so tu lahko uporaba naprednih digitalnih platform in orodij, integriramo tudi kmete in kmetijske pridelovalce pa druge deležnike v ta naš data space, omenjeni že prej. Želimo si seveda dvigovati znanje pa spretnosti prek nekih podpornih storitev, ki jih še nudimo, kot že prej omenjeno, v prejšnjih stebrih, ozaveščamo in podobno, in pa seveda nudimo tako imenovano. To so tiste naše prej omenjene aplikacije, nekaterih že dobro poznate, no, ampak ena taka vstopna bo seveda ta AGRIFOOD data space, potem so pa tu MyFarm, pa Farm Manager, ki smo ga razvijali skupaj. Mislim, dosti teh aplikacij razvijamo skupaj z Kmetijsko-gozdarskim zavodom Murska Sobota, ki pač ima seveda tudi neposreden stik z večino kmetij tu v naši regiji, ne. Potem je tu še nek fieldbook pa benchmark in podobno. Za recimo kratke oskrbovalne verige sta pa recimo razviti tudi zanimive aplikacije, ena je Blokis za transparentnost in pa sledljivost v prehranskih verigah, in pa Srk Eko, kjer pa želimo, da bi se viški hrane seveda nekako prestregli v neki platformi in da jih lahko nekdo naroči in izdela potem neke izdelke z dodano vrednostjo. No, evo, to je pa naš, rečemo temu, nek koncept podatkovnega prostora za sektor agroživilstva. Zakaj tu gre? Gre za eno tako federalno organizirano platformo, kjer se bojo lahko izmenjevali različni podatki iz različnih virov in kjer bo lahko predvsem pa seveda iz agroživilskega sektorja, kjer se bo pač lahko po nekih točno določenih, vnaprej dogovorjenih pravilih lastnik podatkov odločal, komu in pod kakšnimi pogoji bo te podatke delil. Tako da gre v bistvu za to, da se lastnike podatkov čim bolj zaščiti in da je pa tudi hkrati to zelo triki, bojo mogli tudi zelo znati razumeti, kaj se s temi podatki dogaja, kadar bojo seveda dali neka dovoljenja za to, da se njihovi podatki delijo. Ampak je glih temu namenjeno to ozaveščanje, da bojo razumeli, da bojo opolnomočeni. No, naš dolgoročni cilj iz tega izhaja seveda pač je združiti vse akterje na tem agroživilskem področju in jih s tem participativnim večakterskim pristopom, multi-actor approach, čim bolj opolnomočiti in čim bolj angažirati tudi, da bojo pravilno se odločali, da bomo lahko skupno dobivali boljše rešitve, bolj optimizirane, z manj porabe in podobno. Zdaj pa na hitro še omenim program Digitalna Evropa. Zdaj se pravi, še enkrat, glede na strukturo današnjih udeležencev, mogoče to ni ravno primeren program, ampak vseeno je smiselno, da ga na hitro predstavim, ker je tudi ta konzorcij oziroma DIGI-SI projekt nekako del tega programa. Ta program je pač namenjen na splošno krepitvi neke take evropske strateške digitalne suverenosti, pa seveda tudi uvajanju naprednih digitalnih rešitev, tako v javnem sektorju kot tudi v podjetjih. Seveda spet z namenom obogatitve in hitrejše rasti in razvoja družbe in pol seveda nasploh digitalne preobrazbe. Gre za podporo nekim projektom na ključnih področjih, teh 5 ključnih področjih, eno je superračunalništvo, umetna inteligenca, kibernetska varnost, napredna digitalna znanja in spretnosti, pa potem seveda tudi zagotavljanje široke uporabe digitalnih tehnologij v gospodarstvu in družbi. Z načrtom, trenutnim programom, ki znaša kar 7,9 milijard evrov, naj bi torej pospešili neko gospodarsko okrevanje, pa potem digitalno preobrazbo družbe in podobno. In se bo ta program, oziroma se že dopolnjuje tudi z ostalimi programi, ki jih že dobro poznate. Eni so program Obzorje Evropa, pa neki instrument za povezovanje Evrope z digitalno infrastrukturo, to so razni CEF-i in podobno. Potem so tu še neki mehanizmi za okrevanje in odpornost, strukturni skladi in podobne zadeve. Program je osredotočen torej na projekte, take large scale projekte, zato pa pravim, da ni zdaj tu neko mikropodjetje mogoče najbolj primeren za to, da bi se tu sam nekaj angažiral, ampak gre res za neke obsežne projekte, ki prinašajo pač tehnologijo celotni družbi. Tako da ključni cilji so potem objectives tega celega programa so, da ta digitalna transformacija spodbuja široko sprejetje digitalnih tehnologij v vseh sektorjih, potem, da te digitalne spretnosti čim bolj izboljšujejo, da se čim bolj izboljšujejo tako med državljani kot tudi med podjetji, da so potem digitalne javne storitve povečujejo in da seveda posredno povečujejo tudi kakovost, razpoložljivost teh storitev, da se dogajajo inovacije, raziskave, da se krepi zmogljivost in podobno. Pa seveda zelo pomembna kibernetska varnost. Zdaj neke okvirne projekte oziroma razpise oni nekako delijo na 4 področja oziroma 4 vrste razpisov. Eni so takli pač simple, ki so zelo splošni, ki so zelo prilagodljivi tudi glede tematik. Konzorcij večinoma porabi svoje, te stroške za stroške dela, torej gre za ne gre za neke infrastrukturne projekte, to je predvsem tu mišljeno. Stopnja financiranja je pa pri teh projektih zelo nizka, glih zaradi tega niso vedno primerni za vsako organizacijo. V tem primeru je ta 50%. Potem je ena shema industry, kjer se osredotoča ta aktivnosti predvsem na podporo malim in srednje velikim podjetjem in morajo ta seveda biti nujno vključena v tovrstne konzorcije. In se pač tudi uporabi ta vzvod oziroma ta ukrep na način, da morajo biti neposredno v konzorciju, pa s tem tudi potem vlagati za dostop do digitalnih zmogljivosti. S tem namenom imajo tudi malo višjo stopnjo sofinanciranja, in sicer 75%. Potem so tu coordination pa support actions. Tu gre predvsem za neke projekte, kjer se neke dejavnosti usklajujejo med različnimi državami, mogoče med manj razvitimi pa bolj razvitimi in podobno. Gre za to, da se ustvarjajo nove mreže, nove izmenjave in podobno in se potem mogoče vpliva na neke politike. In zato so potem tudi 100% financirani, gre pa za manj obsežne budžete, zato tudi malo drugače je to, malo drugačna struktura. Ni nekih tehnoloških premikov, no, to hočem povedati. Potem so pa tu še kaskadni razpisi, oziroma financial support to third parties, boste mogoče večkrat zasledili. Gre pa za že znano finančno podporo tretjim osebam, tako imenovanim, in to je mehanizem komisije, da čim več teh javnih sredstev razdeli tudi upravičencem, kot so SME-ji, startupi, scale-upi, mid-capi in podobno, zato da razvijajo čim bolj digitalne inovacije. No, tole so upravičeni stroški, tole izhaja sicer iz njihovega take brošure, ampak so zelo generalno predstavljeni, kar se mi zdi smiselno, ker včasih, če se nekdo na novo loteva projektov, razpisov in podobno, je fino, če malo sliši še to, kako morajo biti stroški porabljeni. Gre za stroške, ki dejansko nastajajo, torej v času projekta, in treba seveda slediti pogodbi, ki jo podpišete s tistim, ki vam daje sredstva, in sledite seveda tistemu ocenjenemu proračunu, ki ste ga pri prijavi predvideli, in se seveda lahko porabijo izključno za doseganje ciljev pa pričakovanih rezultatov. Morajo biti razumni, morajo biti upravičeni, morajo biti skladni z načelom dobrega finančnega poslovodenja oziroma gospodarjenja, morajo biti določljivi in preverljivi, torej morate imeti evidentirano v računih upravičenca oziroma vas v skladu z vsemi standardi računovodskimi in upoštevati morate seveda tudi potem vse nacionalne zakonodaje. Kategorije stroškov v programu Digitalna Evropa so običajno stroški osebja, potem so tudi stroški podizvajalcev, stroški nakupa, kamor se uvrščajo tako potni stroški kot oprema in podobno. Pa so še možne neke druge kategorije, ki so res izjemoma, vedno so pa še zraven posredni stroški, običajno v 7%, tako da v tem programu. Torej flat rate na celotne stroške projekta. Podrobnosti o teh upravičenih stroških pa vedno najdete v model grant agreementov, tako da če se boste kdaj posluževali tovrstnih konzorcijev, je pač to tista biblija, ki jo morate razumeti oziroma izslediti. Ampak običajno to koordinator za vas naredi, tako da ni nekega večjega straha. No, kriteriji so seveda trije, eno je ustreznost, da je torej vaš projekt usklajen s cilji pa aktivnostmi, ki jih opisana razpisna dokumentacija zahteva, in da so potem vsi cilji jasno tudi opredeljeni in utemeljeni z nekimi obljubljenimi KPI, ki so seveda. Potem prispevek mora biti k neki dolgoročni politiki in pa ciljem, pa ustreznim politikam in strategijam, ki se vedno pač tudi pojavijo v razpisu in veste, čemu morate v resnici slediti. Obljubiti morate oziroma povedati, v kolikšni meri bo projekt okrepil pa zavaroval neko vrednostno verigo digitalnih tehnologij, potem ali bo projekt izveden kljub nizki stopnji financiranja, to treba vse nekako zagotoviti, prikazati. Včasih v teh tovrstnih projektih, če se prav čas loti konzorcij priprave, načeloma se, če niti ne gre v prijavo, si zagotovi tudi kakšno sredstvo kakšnega ministrstva, sploh v takih large scale projektih. Potem seveda treba je tudi za izvedbo poskrbeti oziroma že v prijavi obljubiti oziroma prikazati, ponazoriti, kako zrel je projekt oziroma cel konzorcij, ali bo to seveda izvedel, kako zrele so tehnologije, na katerih TRL-jih in podobno, katere storitve se bojo izboljševale, kakšne izkušnje imajo partnerji in podobno. Potem je treba tudi to sposobnost prijavitelja predstaviti, utemeljenost izvedbenega načrta z učinkovito porabo vseh virov, torej moraš pokazati delovni načrt, naloge, KPI, mejnike, rezultate, uporabo virov, tudi tveganja. In pa potem še vpliv, to že verjetno tudi poznate, to gre pa pač za to, da predstavite obseg, v katerem bo projekt dosegel pričakovane rezultate in pa izročke, in po potrebi tudi načrte za razširjanje in obveščanje o dosežkih tega projekta. Pa seveda, v kolikšni meri bo ta projekt okrepil konkurenčnost in prinesel neke pomembne premike v družbi. Trenutno odprti razpisi sta dva v bistvu, znotraj njega pa potem seveda posamezni koli. Eden je za umetno inteligenco Data and Cloud, Advanced Digital Skills and Deployment and Best Use of Technologies. Tu se naslanjate na Main Work program. Razpis je sicer odprt od 4. julija in deadline je zdaj 21. november. Tu so pa na primer 3 koli znotraj tega klica, in sicer Towards Network Local Digital Twins in the EU. To so še mogoče najbolj zanimivi za ta sektor, zato mogoče malo bolj pojasnim. Specialized education programs in key capacity areas, pa support for the implementation of multi-country projects. Potem je pa še tu en cyber security call, ki se potem z januarja zaključi. Ta je pa potem bolj v neke centre, v operacijske centre, pa tak, ki so pač res, kamor se res malo, pa še ne, včasih niti kakšna država nima vseh teh struktur še vzpostavljenih, tako da to niso ravno razpisi za nas. Mogoče pa kdaj v kakšnem primeru se kak SMA pojavi, ampak predvsem tisti tehnološki, technology providerji. Tako da ja, to so pa še viri, če bi koga posebej zanimalo, Digital Europe program naj mi javi, ampak se pravi, glede na število prijaviteljev, pa na tiste, ki ste se danes prijavili, ocenjujem, da ste bolj zaradi Optifarm, Open Agri in pa Farmtopije danes tu. Tako da bi jaz zdaj z veseljem pozdravila, o kaskadnih razpisih smo že večkrat govorili, pa ne bom zdaj, bom jaz kar z veseljem povabila na oder naša 2 gosta iz FoodScaleHuba. To sta gospa Maja Radišič, ki nam bo predstavila Open Agri, in pa Dušan Pevac, ki nam bo predstavil Farmtopijo. Jaz si mislim, da mogoče kdo od vas srbsko čisto lepo govori, ampak ker si nikoli ne ve, katere generacije se prijavljajo, je mogoče boljše v angleščini, pa tudi zato, da se kaj ne zgubi s prevodom, da ne kaj lost in translation. So the floor is yours, Maja. You can also present your organization if you wish, because it would be nice. I will stop sharing my screen.
Dobar dan svima. Thank you, Darja, and thank you for inviting us to present our 2 projects with currently open calls. We are FoodScaleHub from. I cannot share my screen. Yeah, can you please?
Sorry, I have to deliver you these rights for the co-host.
Yes, please. So we are FoodScaleHub in Central Studio from Novi Sad, Serbia. We act in this Horizon Europe arena from the very beginning. We were active in Horizon 2020 as well, and usually we have multiple roles in the projects we are participating in. One of the roles is being an open call manager, and for the past couple of years, Dusan and myself and other colleagues, we were very I cannot say struggling, but we were very active in these type of projects and activities within the projects. I will share my screen and okay, let's see. Okay, could you please let me know if you see my screen in presentation mode?
Yes, it's perfect.
Perfect, thank you. Okay, so the first part of our presentation today will be Open Agri. This is the short agenda of the of this presentation. So Open Agri project at a glance, open call, and some additional useful information. Open Agri project started in January and it will last for 3 years. Here you can see the partners which are involved in implementation of the project. I will not go into details because you can go to our website and see all the necessary information. So this is our mission to democratize digital farming by enabling the development and deployment of innovative, cost-effective, energy-efficient open source software and open hardware-based agricultural digital solutions, which can operate in high performance in remote areas with quick connectivity. This is something that we are mostly focused on. OpenAgri has 5 internal SIPs, and we are hoping to have 9 additional through the open call. The open call was launched in September 2nd, and the deadline is December 2nd. The total amount to be distributed is 900,000 euros. We will fund the 9 SIPs, which means that the consortia can ask up to 100,000 euros for its implementation. Here you can see a very brief timeline of the OpenAgri open call. So currently we are in the first bullet point, open for submission. Then you'll see it will be followed with eligibility check, evaluation and selection performed by external evaluators, then contracting, and in May 2025, the implementation will start and it will last for 18 months. The submission tool is OpenScaleHub platform, operated by FoodScaleHub. When you go to the link, you will see that the call is launched. And what is important is that in case you do not plan to submit your application for the OpenAgri, you can still register yourself to be external evaluator. The structure of the application is presented here. So you need to fill in online part, then proposal text and budget in the Word document, and then to prepare a self-assessment, which is ethics self-assessment. What is important is that all the open call kit documents could be found at the OpenAgri website, where you can download and fill in what is necessary to be filled in, and later on put in PDF and upload it to the platform. But the core document is proposal template, and the part that is you will see later on that is marked from section 3 to section 7 has to be within 10 pages limit. Okay, this is these are the chapters of the proposal. We urge all of our applicants to keep proposal within these 10-page limits for these sections, because all the external evaluators are instructed not to pay attention to the pages which are extra. So we follow the principle of European Commission within Horizon Europe program, for example, at the moment, and all the excess pages will be discarded, which means it will influence on your marks. Eligibility criteria. So OpenAgri is for small consortia, which comprises of 2 partners. One ADS provider could be SME university research institute or not-for-profit organization, and an end user. Apologies. Farm structure or cooperative. Sorry. Then some technical requirements. As you can see, one of the most important is apologies. Okay, I think it will be a bit better now. Okay, so some technical requirements. We are aiming for very high starting readiness level 5. Then at least one OpenAgri reusable component has to be implemented. When it comes to eligibility criteria, as I said, it has to be a small consortium of 2 partners. It has to be aligned with Open Agri, Open Call requirements, objectives, and guidelines. It has to be established at the moment of application and in Horizon Europe countries, not pre-submitted in any other open call. And it has to be submitted through the Open Call Hub platform. Yeah. This is the submission roadmap. So open call awareness, then please go check all the relevant documents and timeline, register or create an account in the Open Call Hub platform. You can, once you have done it, you can apply to all the open calls that are published on the Open Call Hub platform. So there's no need to make new account for each of the open calls. So for example, you can apply with the same account to the Open Agri and Farmtopia. Prepare the application, submit, and then you're waiting for the eligibility check and then evaluation of your application. These are the evaluation award criteria. So they are divided in four main categories. External evaluators, 2 will be evaluating each application, one with technical expertise, another with from agri or business. And all the evaluators will sign the non-disclosure agreement, and that plus that they are not involved in Open Agri consortium. And some additional useful information. Please pay attention to the formatting guidelines, page limit, all the documents, all the notes that you can see in the proposal template you can remove. And please pay attention to the page limit. Evaluators, some of you may have been an evaluator, so you know that it's not for the most evaluators, it's not main language. They are humans as well, so please prepare your proposal to be easy to follow. So that will be all from my side at the moment. Dusan, I think floor is yours, and we'll have questions after the second presentation, if I'm not mistaken.
Thank you very much, Maya, and thank you, Daria, for the introduction of me and my colleague and our organization. I will now try to share my screen. Just let me see whether I have it open. Okay, do you see my presentation in presentation mode? Okay, good. Thank you. So a very brief introduction from my side. My name is Dusan. I'm Maya's colleague, and in FoodScaleHub, I have the role of the head of the financial department, but I'm also working as an open call manager, as our organization has many cascade funding opportunities, and we advise you to keep an eye on our organization, the Open Call Hub, for future funding opportunities that might be of interest to you and to your organization. As Maya said, this presentation is not only relevant for potential applicants, but also for potential external evaluators as well. The call for expression of interest for external evaluators is open for Open Agri at the moment, and for Farmtopia, we expect to launch it very soon. So this is also something you should keep an eye out. So I will start this presentation by giving you some general information about Farmtopia, and then we will move on to the open call itself. Basically, I will tell you who we are, what we offer, and what we are looking for. The goal of Farmtopia is similar to the goal of the Open Agri, and it is to democratize digital farming. However, Farmtopia project focuses on small and medium farms for smart solutions for small and medium farms, whereas Open Agri has an additional requirements regarding open source software and hardware components. In order to achieve our goal, we are working on co-creating agricultural digital solutions by using a multi-actor approach and including digital solution developers as well as farmers in order to identify which are the actual needs and problems that these farmers encounter and how our project can help them. This is all with the goal to restore the trust that the public has in agricultural digital solutions and to make them more accessible to small and medium farmers in order to make them more competitive at the market. Farmtopia is, of course, not only focused on creating these digital software solutions, but also on their use and how they will be paid for in the end, as this will be very important to reduce the costs that small and medium farmers encounter in their daily operations and also to achieve higher yields with lesser use of resources. At the moment, we have 9 internal SIPs in Farmtopia. SIP is an abbreviation of Sustainable Innovation Pilot, which is an undertaking that combines digital solution providers with small and medium farms, where we are developing and testing our solutions. Farmtopia is currently in its 14th month, meaning that it started last September, and we have already provided some outputs. We have provided the initial services of Farmtopia that will be integrated into the solutions, but I will go about this a bit later. You can find out more information about Farmtopia internal SIPs at our website, and this can be a good source of inspiration to see where they are being deployed, which agricultural sectors they are addressing, what digital technologies are they incorporating. And one also very important thing to observe here is that they each have their set of metrics that they are tracking in order to measure the success and the development of their undertaking, which is a very important part as well. You can find out more information at the specific page dedicated to Sustainable Innovation Pilots of Farmtopia. So what we are offering? We are offering 900,000 euros in equity-free deliverable-based funding, which means that this funding does not need to be returned to anyone and that no stake is being requested in order to receive this funding. However, it is tied to achievement of certain milestones, or as we call them in Farmtopia, deliverables. And the deliverable-based funding means that we are not checking the financial records of winners in order to receive this funding, but they are being released upon achievement and positive assessment of these milestones. In order to apply for the Farmtopia open call, a consortium needs to be made out of a digital solution provider, which must be an SME, and a small or medium farm that will act as the end user of the developed service. And 100,000 euros will be distributed to each of the winning consortia over a period of 12 months of project implementation. Another benefit that these winners would have is the incorporation of Farmtopia reusable components in their guidance, as well as support from activities dedicated to policy, business support management, and communication and dissemination of results. A very important thing to highlight here is who is eligible for this open call. As I said, we need a digital solution provider and we need an end user, which can be an SME on one hand and a small or medium farm on the other hand. In order to be eligible for the open call to receive the funding, you also need to include at least one Farmtopia reusable component, or as we otherwise call them, Farmtopia service. Here are some examples, and you can find out more information about Farmtopia services at the dedicated GitLab page of Farmtopia. And general eligibility criteria is that each consortium must be made out of exactly 2 entities. They must address a challenge on a farm level. They must align with the Farmtopia project and the open call objectives. They must be registered. This is very important. They must be registered in Horizon Europe eligible countries, meaning that if you want to first apply for the open call, and then if you win it, you register. No, you will not be considered as eligible because we need already established companies applying to this open call. Farmtopia open call also cannot fund activities that have already been funded by the European Union, and we can only accept applications or proposals received in the specified timeline. Here you have a very brief summary of the time and activities. I will not go into too much detail in order to be time efficient here. But what you need to note is that the winners will start their sub-projects on the 1st of July next year, and these projects will last until 30th of June 2026. Of course, this is in case everything goes to plan. The timeline can only be tentative at this point because we can never know what will happen, but this is the general timeline that we intend to follow. After the ineligible applications have been discarded, the ones that advance and that are evaluated by the external experts will be assessed against 3 criteria: excellence and relevance, impact and implementation, which have a set weighting factor. As you can see, the highest weighting factor is in the excellence and relevance part, and you can find out more about these criteria in the open call guidelines for applicants available at the Funtopia website. All of the criteria will be assessed with a mark between 1 and 5, and no half points can be given. In order for the application to be selected for funding, each criteria needs to have at least an average mark of 3 for each criterion. This means that if you, let's say you receive a 5 average and 4 average on excellence and relevance and impact, but you achieve only 2 on implementation, your proposal cannot be funded as you did not exceed the threshold on each criterion, despite maybe having a higher score than the application that is set to be funded, that has achieved a positive mark here on all 3 criteria that exceed the threshold. In Funtopia, we also have an extra point scheme, which awards applications that propose solutions to be provided both in countries that are not already covered by Funtopia internal SIPs and in agricultural sectors that are not covered by these internal SIPs, meaning that in total, if a proposal addresses a situation in a country, both in a country and in a sector that is not already covered by our internal SIPs, they are entitled to receiving up to 1 extra point. And you can find out about the countries and sectors that are already covered at our website. The evaluation procedure in Funtopia will be the same in that sense as in OpenAgri, meaning that 2 experts will assess each application, and these experts will be selected externally after the call for evaluators has been concluded. A very important thing to note for all open calls is that no connection with the Funtopia consortium must be present, and no connection with potential applicants, meaning that if you want to apply both as a SIP and as an evaluator, that's a no-go. You will not be eligible. The proposal is structured into 2 parts. We have the online part and the template. The online part is dedicated mostly to the administrative part, and this is where you upload all the relevant documentation. The list of this documentation is available in our guidelines for applicants, and the template is what is being assessed by the external experts. As you can see, it is also divided into 3 smaller parts. We have the general information, the content, as I like to call it, and the ethical self-assessment that everyone needs to fulfill. And the page limitation is only related to the content part, whereas general information has a different limitation. Here we have briefly listed all the chapters. So you have the executive summary, you have the general information. As you can see, the next 3 are with the same name as the evaluation criteria, which makes it easier for applicants to craft their applications, but also for the evaluators to assess them. And the proposal template concludes with an ethical self-assessment that everyone needs to fulfill. So basically, in the executive summary, you only wish to present the most important parts of your proposal. What are the key objectives? What are you developing, and what are the technical characteristics of it, and how your solution addresses problems on a farm. A very important thing to note here is that this information may be published publicly at Funtopia website, and therefore we advise strongly that no confidential information is included here, because Funtopia will not be responsible for the disclosure of confidential information if it is included in the executive summary. The next part of the application is very general. Here you just include your name, where you are deploying your solution in terms of sector and country. and the information about your organization and contact details. And we advise and we urge you actually to be careful with the information here, because they will be used in communication. And if you make a typo in the telephone number, in the email address, we will not be able to contact you, as we will not have the right contact information. The criterion with the highest weighting factor is called excellence and relevance, and this is mostly dedicated to the objective of your proposal and the technical solution you will be developing. You need to describe your technology, provide a graphical representation. You need to list the current technology readiness level and the one you aim to achieve at the end of the project. And it is very important to note here that we accept applications from technology readiness level 6 and higher, meaning that this is not a call for solutions that are currently just a concept. No, we actually need them to already be present and to be adapted to the needs of an actual farm. And here you will present the components that you have used and the means of their integration. The next part is called impact, and it is divided into two small groups, business impact and sustainability. The business impact is more related to the financial sustainability of your solution, how it will be available even after the obligations toward Farmtopia have been completed. Here you are also asked to present the value proposition of your proposal and its range of applications, meaning whether it can be used in other sectors and countries as well. You are asked to present the metrics here and the innovative elements, and in the sustainability part, you are also asked to list some indicators, but it's not the same. I'll just explain. And you also need to list the environmental, societal, and other sustainability impact. Now, here it can be a bit confusing that we have metrics both in the business impact side and on the sustainability side. What is the difference here is that the metrics in the business impact side are meant to be used to track the progress of your project, the delivery, and the development of the solution, whereas the indicators in the sustainability are used to measure the impacts. And the final part of the content part is dedicated to implementation. Here you will be asked to present the team and the work plan, meaning who will be doing what, listing key activities. And of course, whenever we have activities, we have risks that they might not be achieved. And therefore, we also ask to highlight the main risks that can hinder the application of your project and your proposed means of their mitigation. Also, here we have a part dedicated to budget, where you can highlight the key cost components that will be assessed by the external evaluators. Oh, sorry, I have included this twice. And that would be it from my side as well. Thank you, everyone, for your attention. And now we can go to the questions and answers, if you have it.
Yeah. Hvala obema. Thank you both for your presentations and your availability today. Ja, zdaj bi pa mogoče kar vas spodbudila, da vprašate, če sicer imam jaz nekaj vprašanj, ampak lahko pa tudi vi, če se je kdo našel v kakšnem razpisu. V chatu nimam nič, tako da na dan z besedo. Pod Walter vidim.
Hello. Yeah, I have a question. So I'm Walter from Vib Informatica. We are developing a solution for wineries and large cooperatives. And my question is regarding to the both of the presentations. And so the question is, can one digital provider apply for both of those tenders or just one of them? Because we have big wineries, the cooperatives that are interested in this apply, but maybe one would go one way and the other way, and we would provide solutions for both of them.
What is very important, thank you for your question. What is very important is that the proposed solutions have to be different.
Mm-hmm.
In case we know, I mean, since both Dusan and myself are open call managers on these open calls, in case we see that one application, and we are sitting next to each other, in case we see that one application from the same company or the same consortium is applied for the both open calls.
But completely different area.
exactly. If it's completely different, yes, of course, you can apply to both. It can be the same consortium.
No, it's a different,
But even better. So definitely, yes, you can apply. Yeah, just please be careful, because the potential applicants are different. Consortium are different in Open Agri and Farmtopia. As Dusan said, SME and farm, small or medium-sized farm in Farmtopia, but in Open Agri it's a bit wider. So just to know how to compose your consortium.
Okay. And for the farm, it can be also the cooperative, okay, in this sense. Okay.
Open Agri. In Farmtopia, I think not.
Yes, you are correct. In Farmtopia, we are only looking for farms, small and medium farms, as the end users of solution.
So basically, a small winery would be a farm, considered a farm or not? This cooperative is too big, it's not. But the farm is really the, soya producing, or it can be a winery also. So
this is a difficult question, because every country has their own regulation on what is considered a small, medium, and what is considered a farm. If your farm is, this winery is considered a farm in the context of Slovenian legislative, then it is considered a farm in Farmtopia context as well.
Okay, thank you.
If I may share this information, it is actually from your guide for applicants. You have some gabarites about what is small, but it or as Dusan explained, it depends on the country. But these are some gabarites you see between 2,000 and 25,000 standard output, or less than 5 hectares. This is small farm, and so you have some descriptions what it should be, or gabarites, or
But the question is whether the winery, small winery in these gabarites, is a farm or not. But I will check this by myself. Thank you.
Yeah. Maybe also one pragmatical question about the country eligibility for Farmtopia, for example, because Slovenia, because I know that we are part of this Farmtopia project, we cannot be, of course, we are not eligible, but we are, but not for this additional half points, right?
Yes, correct. When you say we, I assume you mean applicants from Slovenia.
Yeah.
Yes, but a very important thing to note here is that the location of the farm will be considered the location of the pilot.
Only
For example,
the pilot.
you can have, you can be a digital solution provider from Slovenia, but if you are implementing your solution on a farm in a country that is not covered by Farmtopia, internal SIPs, you will be entitled to receiving this.
Okay. And especially if it's a different sector, different kind of pilot.
Yes.
Okay. Anybody else? Budget. You also mentioned, for example, how should budget be structured? Even though it's a lump sum and you usually do not report your costs, the plan should be, of course, a good one. So this is why you provided the structure of the budget, right?
Yes, indeed. The goal of the budget is to provide the external experts who will be assessing the applications on how the applicants have structured their costs and to determine their resource efficiency. However, in our open calls, this is similar, but it is not identical, because Farmtopia has less limitations than Open Agri in this regard, since Open Agri is a longer project and therefore requires an additional focus on resource efficiency.
Okay. Good. Anybody else? So we are just on time. But if I have time, if there are some questions still open, no problem. I will be with you. Otherwise, you can also ask directly on the platform, right? You have Q&A section for some specific questions also. So I would also like to encourage you to use their platform of FoodScaleHub. But otherwise, if you have some specific questions regarding our Slovenian specifics, write me an email or ask me or call me directly. So no problem.
Yeah, I would just like to add, because we have both open calls have their dedicated email addresses, where you can post your questions, or actually send an email with your questions. But also on the Open Call Hub, we have a dedicated FAQ, where you can post your question or even check maybe your question has been already been answered. But in order to post a question or check what is already written, you need to be registered on the Open Call Hub.
Dobro. Še kakšno vprašanje? Ne? Če ne, se vsem najlepše zahvaljujem. Hvala tudi Dušanu in Maji, da sta se danes udeležila našega dogodka. Mislim, da sta dala kar nekaj zanimivih informacij. Se pravim, še kakšno je pa treba malo raziskati, malo znati biti tudi včasih kreativen, tako da vas spodbujamo k temu. Če ne, nas pa le pokličite, smo vam na voljo za kakšno pomoč. Hvala še enkrat vsem, lep dan še naprej, tak jesenski, super je, dežja ni, toplo je, tako da uživajte. Če ne, pa na veselo nedeljo. Se vidimo kmalu, kje.
Hvala i vama puno na pozivu, bilo nam je zadovoljstvo.
Hvala.
Hvala, bravo.